Streets of Venice tonight. Gang violence that took on the tenor of a race war has come to a sudden end. Chris Blatchford has an exclusive inside look at how it happened.
Moms sit and talk in Oakwood Park. Their kids play nearby. A man walks with his daughter. Teenagers have a friendly game of softball. Normal summer activity. But in this Venice neighborhood, a small miracle.
Like 2 months ago, you didn't know if you was going to make it to even see the next day if you stepped out your door.
Last January, Oakwood Park was empty. This neighborhood filled with fear. Many residents wouldn't even leave their houses.
You were scared to even walk down the streets. You couldn't walk nowhere without looking back, thinking someone was going to come down the street with guns or something.
Oakwood and surrounding Venice was a battleground. Since last September, at least 70 people shot, 20 killed. A drug dispute between the Latino V-13s and the Black Shoreline Crips escalated into a race war. Most of the victims weren't even gang members.
It didn't make no sense. I don't see why they had to do all that over nothing.
Neither did LAPD, which beefed up patrols all over Venice. The district attorney's office was about to implement an abatement program to clear the streets of gang members.
We care about everybody who has to live in a world that is filled with all kinds of struggle.
Politicians postured.
Stop the violence! Increase peace!
And community members protested.
Stop the violence!
But the two rival gangs were not communicating with each other, and that was a vital process that needed to take place.
So probation officer Brad Carson, believing this violence could only be stopped by the gang members themselves, spent hours talking to both sides about a truce.
I found that both sides really wanted it. They just didn't know how to go about it. They didn't want to make the first step towards that.
So Carson and fellow probation officer James Gallipo had an idea. They brought a handful of influential gang members here to the probation department. Then the gangsters by themselves met face to face in this parking lot for more than an hour.
I would say the biggest thing is that they decided themselves not to continue in this basically tit-for-tat violence that was perpetuated, and they just decided to stop.
Now there has not been a shooting in Oakwood for more than 6 weeks. Not since a bloody June 10th when 6 people were shot in 3 separate attacks. LAPD gang unit Lieutenant John Weaver confirms it.
Violent crime has gone down. In fact, all crime in Oakwood has gone down, and there has not been any shooting since then.
People in the Oakwood section of Venice feel free to go outside again. Even a Black and Latino gang member can be seen talking to one another. Here, there is a collective sigh of relief.
We got all this together.
There is also talk here of the two gangs coming together to work on creating job opportunities and starting up a youth center. But probation officer Carson still describes this as an unofficial truce. He explains there is still a healing process that has to take place. But each day that goes by is another day of peace. Chris Blatchford, Fox 11 News.